Hello everyone, welcome to PyTorch Lightning Community Talks. I am Aishwarya Srinivasan, your host for today. We have as a guest Sachin, who is tuning in from Sydney. He has an undergraduate degree in engineering and he has a PhD in Bayesian machine learning. He is currently working as a machine learning engineer in Canva. So welcome Sachin. I would really want to know a little bit more about you and also like what have you been working on?
Yeah. So like I mentioned, I did my PhD in machine learning quite a few years ago, and since that, I've worked at a few startups. Done most of my deep learning knowledge actually came after my PhD. I went from doing 1,000 data points to millions of data points, and that was incredible. And now I'm at Canva, so I'm doing quite a bit of natural language processing over here.
That's really amazing. So today I wanted to talk to you about one of your recent projects, which was in multilingual clip training, which is coming from OpenAI, right? So I read your blog. It was really amazing. Probably one of the best blogs that I've read because it was extremely comprehensive. It boiled down the extremely research-oriented terms to very simple concepts, and I could easily comprehend what's going on with the project. So I wanted to learn a little more about your project from you. I know it's been trained on PyTorch Lightning and Hugging Face transformers. So would you like to tell us like what was your motivation behind building this and how did you go about building the project? And if you would like, you can also share your screen so that we can see a little more about what your project has been on.
Yeah, so in terms of motivation, so at Canva, what we do is we do designs, and that could mean business cards, it could mean presentations, and so on. But we have this huge image of library of images, and what we want to do was to make our search better. And so usually our searches are usually just one or two words, and for that, the ImageNet was enough. But we want to do a bit more than keywords. We wanted to say a bear said playing a piano. So we want to be a bit more specific stuff. So we wanted to be able to search for that. And that's really where Clip came in. Like at the same time as I was looking at it, Clip came out. So I thought I'd give it a try. And once I read the blog, I went, this is fairly straightforward in terms of the loss function. That's really all that there was. There's only a tiny little adjustment of how you use it. And you got this amazing result out of it. So I'll actually share what I did. Let's see. So I'll come back to this picture, which is going to be quite useful. But for now, let's start off with the data. So the data set is called the Coca data set. And luckily, what they had was an image and a caption to go with it. So in this case, we have a zebra grazing on the grass. What we're going to do is we're going to use transfer learning. And really, if you're aware of transfer learning, it's all about putting a head against it. And in this case, we don't train the base at all. So all we're going to do is we're pretty much just putting two linear layers on top of a base class, of a base, in the vision case, a ResNet, in the text case, a Hugging Face transformer, and that's all there is to it. So in terms of loss function, so loss function is really what's a bit interesting. So let me come back to this thing. So this is from the OpenAI images. So all you want to do is you want to line up your images with the captions, and you want to make sure the diagonal is maximized and everything else goes to 0. And that's all there is to it. So you take softmax along the row and the column if you want to be a bit more specific. But yeah, that's really it. So the rest was just using PyTorch Lightning. So PyTorch Lightning is just a tiny amount of code. This is the training step, and everything else is like other extra tiny bits of stuff. So I just initialize it with the vision encoder, text encoder, and off you go. So that's really all there is to it.
That's really amazing. So if I may to ask you, like, what was your reason behind using PyTorch Lightning as a trainer?
It's just the first reason is that the boilerplate code just goes away. I started off with Keras, went to PyTorch, and then as soon as I found out about Lightning, I just jumped on that bandwagon, and it's been happy stories since. So
that's really cool. So again, like if someone is using PyTorch Lightning, what would be your recommendation for the best practices while they are using it?
Let me just so share my screen one more time. So it's just so this is one of the tricks that I got from one of William Falcon's lectures, and that was to use a common step. So in the training step and the validation step, you tend to use a lot of common code, just factor it out, and you can do that. So yeah, it's a tiny little trick, but I just found it to be extremely useful. And also, logging is one thing that I am very thankful for having in PyTorch Lightning. By default, it's used in TensorBoard, but at work we use MLflow. And what's been really incredible of using PyTorch Lightning is that it's always one line of code away, whatever you need. So in terms of training, getting 16-bit precision, I just had to put in one line. Creating clipping is in one piece of line, and I've seen that they're introducing more and more of these one-liners that really push a benchmark. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
there's a lot of hooks which is available in PyTorch Lightning, and that also like makes my life very much easy when I'm using it for a lot of the training, because I only have to focus on like what's the model crux, what's the optimization, what's the research that I'm putting in, rather than looking at too much of the syntax on how to build this and like how to tune the hyperparameters, etc. So yeah, that's really amazing. So what would be your like dream feature that you would want to see in PyTorch Lightning?
Yeah, well, there's two things. One would be to have a dot predict function. So like I still find myself writing extra stuff to write the test in for the test set. So that's one thing. And the second thing is it would be amazing if I could use NumPy data straight away and like let Lightning take care of the wrapping around, because they've done amazing work for the model. Wish there was a bit more. There's something out there that was for the data in itself. So yeah,
absolutely. I'll definitely like take your concerns and like take your suggestions to the team, and we'll try to see how we can incorporate that. Okay, that was great, and thank you so much, Sachin. It was great talking to you. So for the viewers, if you would want to see what PyTorch Lightning is about and you want to see what are the modules that we have, go check us out on GitHub. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. So it's @PyTorch Lightning without a G. Also, like subscribe to the channel so that you can get the recent updates. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Sachin.
Thank you.